cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause on what she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Man, welcome to the Dirty Folks podcast, man. I am your main man, Dirty Folks. I appreciate y'all sliding through, man. We're doing the show with Gorilla Pete today, but he must be colored because he late. Now, but check this out, man. So this is all about the phenomenal week that black women are having, man. But I want to start it off on a good note. There is a huge difference of when your dad pays for your education and you see the struggle and the strife and see what he had to do to get you there. And when your mom or the state pay for your vacation. This is going to be a very wholesome. I saw this and I was like, oh, that's all I could say. I was like, oh. I'm not sure if it's copywritten. I ain't gonna put the music out. This Latino gentleman, his father delivered gas. Not just gas, those are kerosene tanks. He delivered kerosene tanks to pay for his son's college. So whatever over the Pell Grant, there was no student loan. Dad cashed out and made sure his son, as long as his son had good grades, he made sure that he paid for his son's education. You got to salute that. You got to salute that. No hate, no shade, no malice. You got to salute that. You got to. But for black people, it's not about the graduation. When you see a black person graduation, it's normally a woman with a baby on her lap. You know, it's never like the tribute. But you know what black people do love? They love a prom. Black people love prom. You ain't even got to graduate from school. As long as you have your prom is lit, black people are there for it, man. Including $25,000. Man, they start $25,000, $30,000. They're paying more for proms than most people pay for their wedding. And this is just absolutely black girl magic. This is black girl magic all the way around.
You know what? Now we banning prom. We banning prom 2026. They pulling up in caskets now. We pulling up in caskets. I said my last video that they was trying to do helicopters, but they did it, y'all. They did it. They not only bringing their date, they bringing the zoo. Alligators. And a horse and carriage, that's old news. We bringing camels. we bringing camels now. They doing prom breakdowns. I seen somebody pay $22,000 on prom. I seen this girl have her whole family have shirts made. Like she graduated. If you didn't read the caption on some of these prom videos, you would think they was getting married. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't y'all still have school after you do prom? It's not like the last day of school. We got fired for prom. I seen a girl with a choir. When did prom get so serious? At this point, I'm making a prom epidemic documentary. I need everybody that's having these extravagant proms, DM me, and we need to talk about what's going on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, prom really not even lit like that. After prom is better than the prom. Trying to figure out what y'all gonna do, where y'all gonna go. That's the best part of prom night.
You know what's so crazy about that? Helicopters and llamas and camels and because of No Child Left Behind, no kid can fail. So a lot of these kids can't even read. They 19, 20-year-old seniors with extravagant proms. And you know they don't have jobs. You know they mom paid for prom. I was so amazed that I actually I had to see it for myself. Let me share this with you because the camel really got me, man. The camel really got me. Mom spends $25,000 on exotic cars, 3 tons of sand, and a camel for her son's Dubai themed prom send off. And the reason that she did that, the reason that, and he took 3 dates. I'm gonna show you the picture. He took 3 days. Shout out to that. I ain't mad at that. Except for the fact that he didn't take 3 dates at once like a player. He had 3 separate dates, 3 separate outfits, 3 separate rental cars, 3 separate themes. That's just crazy, bro. That was bananas. I don't recommend.
Hell no, to the no, to the no.
So one prom. This is one prom. 3 outfits, 3 dates, a Lamborghini, a Range Rover, and a Rolls Royce. So each girl had her own car. His mom is 43 years old. Spent 25,000 Dubai themed prom. Cake shape of Quran, and that's cool. And she says she promised herself if she survived cancer, she would give her only son an extravagant prom and graduation send off. This is what they looked up forward to. When I saw the camel, the reason that I even looked into the story, I said, yo, I know a dad wouldn't do that. I know. I'm like, I want to know who paid for this. Like, was it part of a contest? Did he win a radio show? Nah. Black Girl Magic. And it's all about the prom. It's all about the prom. So then they get the degree, but they don't really brag about the degree. They don't brag about the degree. They just brag that they have a degree because they can never tell you what they have a degree in, because then you'll be able to be like, shorty, that was dumb. A degree in some type of civic art class or whatever the case they do. And then they come and they tell you how accomplished they are with all of their degrees and stuff. Why they get a job, like most Americans that don't match your degree. Don't even match your degree. I've seen ads, not recently, but like in the 2010s, where they were telling people that they had to have an associate's degree to work at Burger King. And I'm like, who the fuck need a associate degree to work at Burger King? A lot of these degrees are just for the sake of having degrees. Let me find what I'm looking for. Here we go, right here. And then I'm not gonna talk about it extensively. I'm gonna let her tell a story though. So then they had 100,000 black women get laid off in the past week or so. I didn't talk about it because I don't care. Because the truth of the matter is that before they fired black women in April and May, they fired black men in January. Black men were last hired, first fired still, while black women kept on. So part of being American, being a patriot, by the way, is the fact that you want smaller government. Men want smaller government. I'm not going to get all political, but it's the reason that you have local politicians like your aldermen or congressmen. Then you have your municipal, your mayor, your chairman, depending on your township or whatever, township supervisor, or whatever. Then you have your governor to govern that state. And every state has their own laws and policy, right? And then you got the U.S. government, which is like the centralized place for all the states to commingle, right? Represented by your representative and your senators, right? But you want smaller government. You don't want the government to tell you everything you got to do like a kid. That's what women do. Women go to the government for everything. I want to get an abortion. That's a state right. I don't want to get my ass beat. That's a city right. That's a municipal right. Domestic violence. They try to make everything federal. I don't want to, and because they want a king. And they bring more law, more more departments, and then black women get jobs, right? The government is probably the biggest hiring agent of black women. You start thinking about postmen and teachers and all the people in these fake um uh 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 social service. There's a word I was looking for, but basically social service groups. Black women are like the biggest represented, right? The feds love to hire black women. So when Trump came through and said he's going to downsize a lot of these departments because it's wasteful, 100,000 black women got terminated from their job. And people act like it's a huge deal. 100,000 people out of a workforce that's over 30 million. That ain't true. That ain't true. Somewhere around between 22 and 30 million. 100,000 people is a drop in the bucket. Nobody cried when they laid off, when unemployment for black men went from 5.5 to 7.9% in January. Nobody cried for me, Argentina. But as soon as a couple of girls lose their goddamn job, it's the end of the world. It's a zombie apocalypse. And I wanted Pete to be here to rock with me. And they called me an hour ago like, I'm be on the show. Probably taking a nap. Old people shit.
And those of us that's been out here trying to find work again, it's basically just been non-existent. And I'm starting to feel like this is by design. Because there are over 100,000 women, black women like me, who have the same story, who has applied for over 300 plus jobs and just not getting it, not getting any replies. There's just no feedback.
Yo, real quick, man, tell me in the chat. When they say apply for 300 plus jobs, is that like when you go on Indeed and you just push the button and it just gives you like 1 million applicants at one time? I don't know. I don't know how you. They just got fired in April. 300 jobs is a lot. That's not 300 interviews. I don't know. Let's go.
Or you get the emails that says, hey, we have chosen someone else that has been more qualified for the job. Even though my experience and my education fits the job description perfectly. And I don't know what I'm going to do. This is the first time in a long time that I'm actually starting to panic. You know, I came from nothing. I came from the bottom of the barrel. And I spent years building myself, educating myself. Let
me wait. I hear that bottom of the barrel things a lot, right? Started at the bottom, now we here. When she said and she did come from the bottom of the barrel, I'll let her tell her story. But if you're at the bottom of the barrel, isn't that your parents' fault? Like, or are people lying? Because I hear a lot of people, I came from the bottom. That means that your parents ain't, that means that you grew up saying, I got to buy my mama a house because your parents weren't good at parenting or adulting. So that bottom of the barrel, 70 years after the civil rights movement, when your grandparents could buy a house for $18,000, you know what I'm saying? They mortgage was literally $300 a month with escrow, something they could have passed on for generations, but they didn't. When I watched all the girls who went to college in the 1980s and 1990s, I was a kid in the 80s, but 1990s, that was my day. And I watched all of them and 5-6 years go past and they spent all the student loan money to buy a baby Benz and they ain't got no car. And now they trying to mess with scammers and shit to pay their car notes. And like, because girls can't counsel, they poor money managers. And I'm watching all this and now they kids talking about, and then they don't cook. So now they kids talking about ain't no food in the fridge. It ain't because your mom don't work. It's because your mom is a poor money manager and she don't care about nutrition. Like this at the bottom thing is really a single mother syndrome. This is what happens when you let women choose their own baby dad. Because they choose stepdaddies good as shit, right? They don't get that nigga no kid. They pick the best man to take care of another man's kid, but they have a baby by anybody. Steal kids, all type of shit. They want to be single mothers and they want to put their kids through a struggle. So when I hear this, I came from the bottom. All I can think is, your mama really wanted you to struggle. But nobody blame black women. We got to blame white supremacy. Fuck it.
Way through college, going through a lot of experience to get to where I was in my career, for it to just be snatched away. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I am facing homelessness. I'm about to lose my car.
Wait. These layoffs was like less than a month. Like, we ain't got to the first rent of these layoffs yet. She's about to be homeless and lose her car, so she ain't saved no money. I told y'all girls don't need money, they just need stuff. Just don't get a girl no money, just give her stuff. You see what happens when she get money? Paycheck to paycheck. For what? It ain't been a whole month, bro. Like, it's not a bill been due since the last check she got. And I'm not saying that she's not going through dire straits, but I'm saying she had nothing saved. She's like, I came from the bottom. Normally, people that come from the bottom, they save a lot. When men come from the bottom, they stack. Because they know how I feel not to have nothing. She ain't had nothing. But girls can't count, so I'm gonna roll with that. TC said she was already behind on bills. That's why. No, we ain't got to the next. Never mind.
I can't pay on my credit card, so my credit is about to take a severe hit. Dashing is not enough. It's just not enough money. There's so many people that are out here unemployed just like me. There's a lot of us that are out there. And the little money that I did have in savings, I used that to help my daughter move here. And it just...
So she saved her money up. She didn't live with her daughter. She just moved her daughter in. I'm gonna bring that back. The little money she had saved up. You see that how they got the Peter music in the background to the make you feel sad because she about to cry. She had the little money she saved up. She paid for her daughter to move to wherever she at. So that means one of two things. She didn't have custody of her daughter, which I doubt. I believe she did. Or her daughter is grown and broke too, because girls can't count. And now she paid her money to move her daughter in with her, because apparently her daughter was probably in dire straits and needed to come home to mama. So she probably has a grown daughter, probably in like her 20s, early 20s. So she paid for her daughter to be homeless with her. That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. Daughter was already homeless. Now she got homeless assistant. That's crazy.
And the little money that I did have in savings, I used that to help my daughter move here. And it just, as a mother, I'm panicking because she didn't ask for this, you know. There's no way that I can ask my 20-something-year-old daughter to care for her able-bodied mother.
20-something-year-old daughter. I was right. So a daughter 20-something, which means mom in her late 30s, maybe early 40s. If she in her early 40s, she doing better than most of these girls in the club. So her daughter, because this ain't no bad looking, she chubby now, but she about 40, pushing 40. Her daughter in her 20s also was taught that she was never taught how to suck dick, make a sandwich, shut the fuck up. There's no reason for a cute girl to be homeless ever, except for the fact they don't know how to shut up, suck dick, and make a sandwich. So her 20-something-year-old daughter don't need no man, but need her mama. Yeah, it's too late for that, TC. She got the same mindset. Guaranteed. Anyway, her 20-something-year-old daughter, she don't want her daughter to see her be homeless. But her daughter home. You know what? Never mind.
We cannot find a job. I am trying to keep myself saying about humor, trying to keep myself busy with various things. But there's only so much that you can keep up the mask before you start breaking. And when you have come out of a situation that you don't want to go back to, it puts you in a mental state because I don't want to go back to homelessness. I don't want to go back to I just don't want to go back to that. But and I thought I'd done everything I could to prevent that from happening again. I've lived on the streets before. I slept in parks before. I've walked the streets for hours.
When she was homeless, I've been wondering this. I wonder if she had a daughter then when she was homeless, walking the streets. And I'm not disparaging being homeless, right? The struggle is real. But if you came from nothing and then left nothing because your mama black, when you're a girl, you got to get out immediately. As soon as you get your period, damn near, women want you out their crib or they want to sleep with your young boyfriend. Girls don't get along. They just team up to hate men or hunt men, but they don't like each other. So your mom, I'm assuming, put you out or whatever, or you didn't want to go. Obviously, didn't want to go back home to your mama, so you just roam the streets. I just wonder if she had a daughter at that time. And even with that, if you roam the streets, then why didn't you stack so you wouldn't be homeless again? Homelessness is wild, right? Anyway.
When I used to be homeless. And that's why I worked so hard to put myself in a position to not go there again. I even got rejected for I applied to be a cashier or cook at a McDonald's. And the manager told me that I should be ashamed of applying for that position because I would be taking that job from other people who doesn't have the experience as I do.
Hold on, wait. Let me say this real quick. Black women are horrible at fast food customer service. My boy, shout out to my boy. I ain't gonna drop his name, but during the pandemic, fast food was quote unquote essential workers. Teachers weren't essential. These goddamn better help fake ass bitches doing psychiatry online, they not essential. But food was essential because women can't cook. So they don't know how, they couldn't feed themselves if somebody else couldn't cook. All that women are nurturers shit, man. Say that shit for the Hebrews. Look, during the essential time, my boy was a manager at Burger King. And I was doing the call center thing. Matter of fact, I ain't got the links no more. StreamYard going. But like doing the call center thing, my boy say, man, you work from home anyway, bro. Why don't you help me out? You know what I'm saying? At Burger King, I'm short staff, man. You can use extra money, bro. We'll plug you. I'm trying to be what do you call it? District manager, whatever case may be. I'm like, all right, T, I got you. Bro, 2 weeks. I don't even think I get last check. He had all these goddamn strong, independent black women working in there, and two guys. He had two other black guys, and everybody else was black women. When I tell you black women didn't do shit, he asked me one day, he was like, man, fam, I need you to cover for me, bro. And he was like, man, something was going on with his now wife. It was his fiance at the time, but she was pregnant, and something was going on. Either she had something was going on with the baby. I don't know if they were having a baby or if he had to go to the Lamaze class or whatever the case may be. He was like, man, you the only knew what I could trust. I'm like, I got you, T. So he got this bitch and he was supposed to be the assistant manager. And I told him he had the game fucked up. He was like, man, I made an assistant manager because I'm trying to hit. I say, man, you're supposed to hit before you make an assistant manager, nigga. You're never gonna hit now. You already gave her the promotion. So anyway, he got this shaking that. When I tell you this bitch ain't do nothing, bro, nothing. And not only did she not do nothing, she think every black man is a convict. She like, this said some wild shit to me like, man, you better straighten up. I'm gonna take your parole officer. I'm like, bitch, what? Shut down the restaurant from 6 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. so she can fuck her boyfriend in the parking lot. We the only two in that motherfucker. I said that day I called you. I said, man, I ain't never no more. He like, please, fam. I'm like, never no more, bro. And that was the first, last, and only that. I'm like, bro, I ain't even work fast food in high school, nigga. I did this shit for you off the love. Plus, you know, need a couple of dollars. It was a pandemic, but I'm like, bro, off the love. Bitch ain't do shit, B. Ain't do shit. Ain't none of bitches ain't do shit. Won't drop a fry. They just all faking, trying to be in the drive-through, be in somebody's face, trying to find a baller, drop their number on the receipt. Like, black women in fast food is a net negative. A net negative. I remember the first fast food restaurant I ever spent my own money in, 17 years old in Boston, Massachusetts, bro. Go to McDonald's and I asked for a pop. And she was like, a pop? I'm like, oh, I mean soda. She was like, oh, you ain't from around here. I'm like, no, I'm from Chicago. Just wrote a number on the back of the receipt. Was like, man, I get up at 6, man. Double back. I'm gonna smash you tonight. Like, everybody that work at fast food, that's a busser. You know what? Never mind. It's her story, bro. But she couldn't work at McDonald's. That's the key to the story. She overqualified for McDonald's. All right.
I don't give a damn what kind of job it is. I'm just trying to work to keep my head afloat and to keep myself off the street. I have nobody. It's just me. And I had to prepare my daughter for what I see coming.
Wait. I ain't even hear that part. Your daughter 20 something, man. If you have to prepare your daughter at 20 something, what were you doing for the first 20 years? Like, preparation is birth through 10. By the time I'm 13, it's all about peer pressure. So like you miss your kids and teens, and then they come back to you in your 20s. Like, oh, my dad was right, my mom was right. Like that, you miss a teenage. So you have birth through 10 or birth through 12 to prepare to get her the fundamentals, the foundation. So you failed already. Now she 20 something and you trying to teach her what? You can't depend on no nigga? Because that's what you teaching her, because you about to be homeless. Because you don't want to suck a dick and make a sandwich. You eat sandwiches, I see your cheeks. That's crazy work. Teach your daughter how to suck dick and fry sandwiches, man.
And as long as she's okay, I don't care about. I do care about going back to the street. I don't want to go back to the street. But as long as she's okay, then I know I'll be okay. As long as she has a roof over her head, even if I don't have. And I think it's by design, because every single job that I have applied for, I can count on one hand of how many interviews that I've been to. And the interviews were stellar. I come out feeling good. I'm like, oh, I got this, blah, blah, blah. To only get an email saying that, hey, we didn't choose you for the position, choose somebody else. I even had 2 interviews set up to where the interviewers didn't even show up. So
that's what's up.
Yeah. And what is someone to do? What do they want us to do? A lot of us are going to be in the street, desperate. And I really don't know what else to do.
You know what's crazy? A sober, cute, homeless girl. That's crazy. She ain't no bad looking chubby chick. It's a lot of dudes that like chubby chicks. Not me. She'd be homeless fucking with me. But all because you don't want to suck dick and fried chicken, yo. That's crazy work. You'll work at McDonald's and fry burgers, but won't make a sandwich for your nigga and shut up. Give him customer service so you have somewhere to live. It's just me. I ain't got no parents. I ain't got no. All right.
Try not to crash out, but so far. I've been in my apartment for a good 2 months now. 106,000 Black women laid off. And I think the most hurtful thing when I was laid off March 7th.
Wait. Let me use some math real quick. What man? What's popping, Clay? What's popping, Poppy? Yo, she only been in her apartment for 2 months, according to her, and she got laid off in March. So she got the apartment, then she got laid off, and then she took the money she had saved so she could pay and gave it to her daughter, so her daughter could. That shit is amazing, bro. I ain't gonna. That is amazing. I don't even know what's that. I give up. That shit is amazing.
I search for jobs every single day, sometimes applying for multiple positions for the same company. Applying for jobs that match my job skill, applying for jobs that I'm overqualified for. How can I tailor my resume for a job when my last two positions is an IT manager and an IT director?
Okay, wait. I'm bringing that back. Let me ask y'all, chat. Is IT manager and or IT director, aren't those jobs that are on like Career Builder and Indeed and Monster? Like, aren't those like actual jobs? Like, what does she mean? How can she prep her resume for IT when every time I look at a commercial on YouTube, they're talking about, man, take a Google course and we'll teach you how to do IT and network security. Like, it's a whole field, man. You can't design your resume for what, according to Google, is one of the fastest growing professions in America. I can't.
Hell no, to the no.
Do not trust these new niggas.
For how can I tailor my resume for a job when my last two positions is an IT manager and an IT director? And if I apply for something that I'm underqualified for, they're not going to hire me. If I apply for a position that exactly meets my job skills, they don't hire me. I have revamped my resume so many times, I don't think I can revamp it anymore. People like to say, oh, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of experience, you have the education, it's going to be easy. It is not easy out here, and it is not easy getting a job. And I'm scared. I'm scared with everything that's going on right now. I'm scared.
So I'm trying to tell you, penis is the answer. Penis is the answer. Get you some dick. I'm telling you. In a sandwich. Penis in a sandwich is the answer. She doesn't want the answer. She doesn't like the answer. But that is the answer. There are no great single women. This is not. Every blue moon, you'll get an anomaly. But every woman needs a man to put her on and keep her straight. Oprah had Stedman. Gail had Oprah. Like, I ain't gonna run, right? But you need somebody to keep you focused, right? Izana Van I don't know how to pronounce her name. It used to be Oprah girl, did the book club with her. Oprah was trying to put her on, but she wanted to do her own thing to be a strong, independent black woman. I don't need no Oprah. Thank you for the opening the door, Oprah. I'm gonna walk her through. That bitch was homeless, bro. She had to get back with Oprah to pay her bills. Her crib was foreclosed. She was basically a squatter in her own crib. Grass wasn't cut, her car didn't run. This is a chick who got a $20 million budget to do the Ayanna Van Zant show that was supposed to come on right after Oprah. She got a half a season with that shit. She was what the 20 mil? Like, bro, they can't count. They can't read for comprehension. They can read, but they can't read for comprehension. They don't know shit. You finally got here?
Man, listen, bro. I fucking had to reboot. I had to hard boot my damn computer.
Hard
This
boot
shit
is
is
crazy.
bro.
That hard boot was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Hard boot was crazy.
You there?
So, I'm glad you're here, Pete.
Yeah, man.
So-
I had to. This shit is getting annoying.
Oh,
You hear me? You
Yeah, I
breaking
hear you,
up?
bro.
Is it me breaking up or is it you
Yeah,
breaking
shoot,
up?
bro. Your Wi-Fi is wilding right now, bro. Like you real fuzzy. Like your speed is crazy slow right now. But all right, look. So you already saw the crying chick, like, oh my God, I lost my job, I'm gonna be homeless, blah blah blah. I want to show the flip side to that. This young lady say that it's men's fault that women are struggling, and men don't want to commit. Men don't want marriage. Men want to see women down bad. Men just want to be hoes, and that's why women struggling because men don't do enough to make sure women don't starve and be homeless. Want to hear it? Here you go.
Hey, thank you guys for confirming that it's not the women's fault they're not married. It's the men's fault, right? It's men. Men are the reason why women are not getting married because men want to fuck as many women as possible. This means that it doesn't matter how submissive you are, baby girl. I need you to listen to Auntie real quick. These men, it don't matter how submissive you are, how much you listen, how much you follow his orders, how much you follow the plan, how much you let him lead. He's not trying to be with you because he's trying to fuck as many women as possible. So
Wait. Not only do I really kind of not agree, I probably for the guys people. I won't wait. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Can y'all see how ugly she is, bro? Like she really looked like she got Down syndrome, bro. She really looked like her mother and father are also first cousins, bro. Like there is nothing attractive about her, not the sloped forehead, the beady eyes, the lack of a chin. She thinks she cute because somebody told her she light skinned. She looks like a baboon. This is an unattractive woman. But no matter how unattractive women are, they all want a top shelf man. So of course you'll have to share because you're not a top shelf woman. You could get a dude that delivers for Amazon or something like that, but that's not what you want. You want a top shelf nigga, but you look like a whole retard. You look like the kid who sniffs white out and then goes to the gas station and be like, I love this aroma. Like you touched by an angel, shorty. She does. Yo, shout out to TC, man. God damn it. Talking about she looked like Rick Moran and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah, she does though, bro. She kind of has that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids look. And then she spouts. It says right here, a recent study gathered says that unmarried men between the ages of 26 and 50, 56% of those men claim the reasons they have not gotten married yet is because they have not sown their wild oats or slept with enough women. I don't even think that's true. I don't think that's true. Every black woman I've ever met in my life, and I've met thousands of them, and you have too. You probably ain't hollered at them, but thousands of them, man. You met hundreds in high school, hundreds in elementary school. You grew up around your next door neighbor, his little sister. Thousands of women. Every black woman I've ever met has declined at least 2 marriage proposals in her 20s. Even though right there, I could stop it right there and be like, yo, you can't say men don't want to commit. Women like, I could get a better man. So by the time he 26 to 50, he done been rejected from a long-term relationship already. He like, I'm straight. It ain't about sewing your role. Or it's just like, I'm straight. I'm cool on all this bullshit. But they ask, you don't believe me? Ask a woman you know. Go on social media, make a post. Like, ask somebody, how many marriage proposals have you turned down? They guaranteed to tell you 2. I don't care if she look like Biggie Small, she gonna say 2. They all declined 2 marriage proposals, and they all only had 3 sex partners, and they ain't been with nobody in 3 months. It's the common trope, bro. All of them. If you decline in marriage proposals, who are you declining them from? From the same men that turn 26 to 50 and be like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm cool. But let's continue with the man hate.
At this point in time, sis, I need you to sit back and think about this. How many of y'all out here have been a good woman to a man and didn't get the ring and got dogged out? And now he with somebody else and been hopping from left to right. Yes, because you were never the problem, sis. You being submissive was never the problem. Your attitude was never the problem. Your degree was never the problem. Your accomplishments were never the problem. Your progression is never the problem. You wanting an emotionally stable man was not the problem. You wanting a spiritual man was not the problem.
Number one, you can't ask a woman if she's a good woman. That's an impossible task. That's just dumb. So just move it out the way, right? I'm over listening to Girls with Clothes On because I'm supposed to be doing this with Gorilla Pete, but he having technical difficulties. But I'm going to ride this out, man. I'm going to suffer with y'all. Let y'all know all the things that irritate me. You can't have a spiritual man I don't know if I can do nothing about the echo. That's StreamYard. But you can't have a spiritual man. Hold on, maybe I can. Let me see something. Because women who go to church to be spiritual don't mess with dudes that go to church. The girls that go to church want a gangbang. So you don't want a spiritual man. You want to be the man. You want to become a female pastor and then say you got holy coochie and make all the dudes in the congregation eat you out. You want that? You don't want a spiritual man. You don't want a stable man, because a stable man has rules in his life, which is why he's stable. And as soon as he tells you no, you're gonna say he's emotionally abusive. Everything she says is a lie, but she got clothes on and she do look like Rick Moran, bro. God damn. She does. Anyway.
The problem is the majority of single men don't want to get married. They just want to fuck girls. So if you as a good woman comes across one of these men, they gonna dog you out, sis. Don't let these men dog you out. How much money do you have? What is your plan with me? What are you trying to do with me? Because you ain't trying to waste your time.
You need a 3-year plan to fuck with a bitch, bro? That's crazy, bro. Who needs a 3-year plan to deal with a toddler, man? That shit right there is amazing by itself, bro. I ain't gonna front you.
Right? And this how you weed them out. Well, if you don't submit to them, right, they not gonna want you. That's the point. That's the point. That's how you choose better. Because if we know that 56% of single men are only out here to fuck you, which
I had to pause on choose better. That's choose better, female intuition, women's discernment, all those things are fallacies, bro. They shit don't exist. It's just rumors that people tell you, like mythology that Disney made into a cartoon. It's crazy work. Choose better is crazy work. And especially when that's what they tell men. When you fuck with her, they be like, man, you fuck with Rick Moran, nigga, you need to choose better. But yet and still, you know what? God bless.
Which means how do you filter out those men who are just trying to fuck you. How do you filter it out, sis? By raising your standards, making sure you have self-esteem. This is why these men are going over to other countries to have sex. It has nothing to do with the passport bros. And they be lying. We're passport bros. Every country you go to calls you a sex tourist, sir. They don't call you a passport bro. They don't say that, look at all these American men out here trying to get all these women and make them wives.
To be fair, man, I've never seen more people hold on vacation than black women. Black women go on vacation and come back pregnant, and then take IG pictures with a girl. They both pregnant by the same Nigerian or Mexican or Dominican or whatever country they go to. They get pregnant. They fucking strangers raw, and they only there for 3 days and 2 nights. I'm not going to debate whether or not they say you're a sex tourist. I'm just saying, is she the pot or the kettle? That's wild. That's crazy work.
Those are not the headlines in any of these countries. Not one country said that American men are coming over here because they're getting more submissive women. It's not happening.
Yo, y'all hear an echo of my voice, or y'all hearing an echo from the video? Let me know, man. Y'all having an echo from my voice or an echo from the video? It's an echo from my voice, and I know why. I don't know how to fix it, but I know why. Echo from the video. All right, let me try something real quick. Let me try this. Let me see if y'all get an echo now.
It's not realistic. What they are saying is these men are getting HIV, syphilis, and gonorrhea from sex tourism. That's what these men are.
All right, pause real quick. HIV, syphilis, and gonorrhea from sex tourism is crazy. It's crazy work. I thought that was Atlanta, my nigga. Half the girls in Atlanta got HIV. All of them got herpes. Like, that's Atlanta. Now you're gonna blame foreign tourism for HIV? Nasty work, bro. That's nasty work, bro. That is amazing.
This is what it's saying. And we wonder why the HIV rates and STD rates are going up in America because of these niggas. These niggas is the reason why.
You know the irony of that? Why she blaming the passport bros for HIV? Most of the passport bros weren't getting pussy in the States, which is why they became passport bros. That's crazy, bro. This is why you don't listen to girls with clothes on, bro. This is exactly why you don't listen to girls with clothes on. Because they say silly shit that makes no sense, bro. Absolutely no sense. But this is the advice that women give other women, which is why they be homeless in the streets when they lose their little job. Like, I don't know how to suck a dick and shut the fuck up. I hate everybody. And that's why I'm homeless. So, that's what I'm looking for. I know I'm looking for. Come on. Did I just freeze? I want to show y'all something, man. I wasn't even going to talk about this. We're going to look at the story real quick, but I really want to show y'all the article. The article is like crazy work. Chicago, South Side. 3 children stabbed. Woman in police custody. I'm not even here to really roast violent women. I mean, women being violent is part of being women. They always smack you in the back of the head when you're looking at other ass. But
we spoke with a man who says he transported the woman and 3 young children to St. Bernard's Hospital before they were transferred here to Comer Children's Hospital. He said he called police, but did not want to wait a minute before getting them help. An investigation underway on the South Side tonight after 3 children were found stabbed. And
I just want to say,
3-year-old woman is in police custody.
I just want to say something real quick.
This happened just.
I want to say something real quick. It started off, they said, man, the kids are at Comer Hospital after being transferred from St. Bernard Hospital. They want these kids to live, bro. They want them to live. If you from Chicago, you know St. Bernard Hospital, Holy Cross Hospital, and Roseland Hospital, you will die over a paper cut, my nigga. No doubt. Like, I don't even know. Like, they just hospitals because it's mandated to have a hospital in those communities, bro. Like, you will die. I remember when I got shot, bro. I was like literally 4 blocks away from Holy Cross Hospital, bro. This is no bullshit, no lie. I was 4 blocks away from Holy Cross Hospital when I got shot. And when the ambulance came, I swear to God, I was in the back of the ambulance and they ripping my clothes off and shit, talking about count backwards from 10 to see if I'm conscious. And all I kept yelling is, don't take me to Holy Cross. I got insurance. Don't take me to Holy Cross. I swear to God, man. And they ended up taking me somewhere else, and I'm alive. Bro, Holy Cross, St. Bernard's, and Roseland. You go there, you better just go there because you twisted your wrist or something and you just need a cast. Do not go there because you got stabbed or shot or you having a cancer or anything serious, bro. You will die. So they wanted these kids to live, and I support that. Whoever transferred them from St. Bernard to Corner Hospital, they did those kids a huge justice. And the world. I hope the kids become something because they deserve that.
Or they were transferred here to Comer Children's Hospital. He said he called police, but did not want to wait a minute before getting them help. An investigation underway on the South Side tonight after 3 children were found stabbed. And now a 33-year-old woman is in police custody. Chicago police say this happened just before 6 on the 7100 block of South Harvard in the Inglewood neighborhood.
I saw the baby laying right there on the ground.
That's when a tow truck driver says he saw a baby on the sidewalk and saw a woman come out with another toddler in her arms, followed by an older child. All children, he says, were covered in blood. Devon Stringfellow says that's when he decided to put them in his truck and get them to help. He says this is what the woman said as soon as they arrived to St. Bernard Hospital.
Yeah,
It's a pause to say men are awesome, bro. Men are awesome. Men who don't care about their kids, men who hate black women, all that shit. He saw 3 bleeding kids. Took the kids to the closest hospital. He tried to do what he could do. And took the woman who stabbed the kids to the hospital with him. Like, if this man ain't a hero, bro, all heroes don't wear capes, man. Salute this tow truck driver, bro. He look high as shit, though. I ain't gonna front. But salute this tow truck driver, man. Even heroin addicts have a heart. He look like he on heroin, but you know what? He a hero today. Hero in. We
was in the back. The security guard asked her that he like, what happened? She was like, I did it because I got 3 different baby daddies and ain't nobody trying to help me. That's when he grabbed her and took her and put her in that room.
You know what? I'm going to bring that back because I was going to read the whole story just because it was in the story, but he said it. She tried to delete her 3 children because all her 3 kids had 3 different baby daddies and none of her baby daddies wanted to help her. Talk about poor pussy management right there, bro. Man, and all the time, man, all they had to do was...
Daddy, you spanked Mama.
You're darn tootin' I did.
That means you love her.
That's what I've been trying to tell her.
She needed love, man. She needed real love, and nobody wanted to love her properly. But, I continue.
I did it because I got 3 different baby daddies and ain't nobody trying to help me. That's when he grabbed her and took her and put her in that room.
Police say the 33-year-old woman allegedly stabbed the 3 children, including a 5-year-old boy, a 3-year-old boy, and a 1-year-old girl. Investigators would not say what the relationship is between the 3 children and the woman, but Devon says one of the most heartbreaking moments as he was taking them to the hospital was hearing this from the 5-year-old boy.
The little boy told her, and this is what hurt me the most, because the little boy in the truck gonna say, Mama, don't cry. it's gonna be all right.
Last we heard, all 3 children are in serious condition.
They gonna make it. They in serious condition. They gonna make it. Think about that, bro. Your mama stab you. Your mama stab you, and you tell your mama it's gonna be all right. Next thing you know, he gonna be 12 years old trying to buy his mama a house. Like, mama tried to kill me, but she was just going through a thing. Man. But I got the solution. I got the solution. Dirty folks for the rescue, bro. Dirty folks to the rescue. Dirty folks knows what hoes need, right? Exactly right. Trauma one. What women need is a man with the sensitivity of a woman. They've been telling us this since the 1980s that men need to be more sensitive, men need to cry, men need to share their emotions more. And sometimes, well, most times, they leave before a woman dressed like a man, right? Normally they leave before a bulldagger, but every once in a while, you gotta be the right man. To be the right man, you know. And salute to that. Salute to being the right man.
Was usually like dating masculine guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Terrible. Being with Tiante, I've learned that it's best to be with a feminine man because they understand you more. It's hard trying to teach a masculine man how to feel sometimes or how to treat you. I don't have to worry about that. I mean, we just kind of dress alike sometimes, and that's really the only thing. He's who he is.
yeah, she
That's the problem, guys. I thought this was a woman in drag. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But apparently, it's a man in touch with his feminine side. This is where you guys are going wrong. This is why you out here trying to whoremonger. This is why y'all don't take care of y'all kids. This is why you don't know how to treat a strong, independent black woman. Y'all have too much testosterone. You need to get your edges done. Look at this. Look at your edges is right. You got to get your edges done. You know what I'm saying? Get some the little pink yarn shit. You know what I mean? That you gotta dress like your girl. You got to get your eyebrows arched. I ain't even against that, but you got to get your eyebrows arched. You can't have no mustache. Never have a mustache, my nigga. That's too close to beard gang. You got to have the baby face. You know what I'm saying? Be able to dress with your girl. She wears a skirt. You wear the same skirt. That's the problem, bro. Y'all too goddamn when y'all need to more meow. See, and this is why y'all can't keep no strong, independent black woman. This nigga say the final boss. That's crazy work. The final boss is crazy work. But well, I got one last one for I get out of here, man. I got two more. So the final gone is crazy. So you see this Latina hottie right here. What if I told you this is a whole nigga? It's a whole man. You see, ain't got no titties. Whole man. Jaya Cruz, the knife wielding transgender woman. We got to quit saying transgender. What happened to cross dressers, bro? When I was a kid, they just cross dressers. You a man that just like a girl, you cross dress. It made perfect sense. Now you transgender, but you still got a penis. Like, I don't know about this. This trans thing is too much for me, bro. I'm trans lesbian though, so who am I to talk? But anyway, Jaya Cruz, the knife wielding transgender woman who viciously stabbed a postal worker to death in Harlem early this year, got 15 years. And the reason that she only got 15 years is because it's a she. Now, if it were he would have gotten 25 to life for killing a government worker on government work time. But because he wears a dress, 15 years eligible for parole in 10. Let's check it out.
Killing, over a trivial misunderstanding come before me all too often. However, you did take responsibility early. And yes, proving someone's intent to kill is very difficult to do in these type of cases. So I understand the people's reasoning for making this offer. But it's still promised, and I'm going to honor that promise, a substantial sentence. So I would plead guilty to manslaughter in the first degree. I sentence you as promised, as recommended by the district attorney, to a determinate sentence, 15 years, to be followed by 5 years of supervision. The search warrant will be deferred. That is the sentence.
Wait, and it's deferred? And it's deferred? Hell no, man. Hell no, bro.
Hell no, to the no. Yeah.
Last but not least, bro. Last but not least, let me get up out of here, man. Support the show. It's in your heart, man. Support 34's podcast. But this has nothing to do with today's show, but it made perfect sense to me. A pastor slams wealthy civil rights leaders for telling black people they can't make it in America. The race-bait game is bananas, bro. The race-bait game is bananas, and it keeps slavery alive. But it's not the fact that he's right or wrong. It's the fact that I never thought that I would see a pastor say this. Because the civil rights movement is really a black pastor movement. Think about it. The civil rights movement is not a heterosexual man who wants to take care of his kids movement. It is women, gays, and felons hiding behind the oration of black pastors. So I thought this was a crazy betrayal of pastordom. I don't know if that's a word. I'm making it up. Pastordom is a word now, y'all. It's a crazy betrayal of pastordom for him to say such a thing.
They live in gated communities. I'm not against that. Praise all day.
Hold on, man. Hit a whole thing. That's so talented.
See, this is part of the problem I have with some of the so-called civil rights leaders. These guys fly in their personal jets. They live in gated communities. I'm not against that. Praise God, they are rich. They are doing well. And then they'll stand up and tell you, a black man can't make it in America. If you black in this country, the whole country working against you because a black man can't make it. And he's blacker than you are. And rich have gotten rich off of feeding you that kind of garbage. And there you go. You the fool. You sit there and you buy it. That's right. That's right. I'm black. I can't do anything because I'm black. But he's black. He's just as black as you are. And yet he's doing good. Convincing you that you can't get anywhere. See, this is.
And you know what else is crazy about that? The crazy flip on that? They tell you if you're a black man, you can't make it because you're a black man. If your money ain't right, it's because you're black. It's a lot of people money ain't right. It don't matter what color you are. If you're a bad money manager, you can't get the right opportunity. Your money cannot be right. But with all that being said, you see how they prop up the black woman though? Black men from 5.5% unemployment to 7.9. Not a word, not a drop in the bucket. Black women lose a couple of jobs. It's all over social media. Everybody, oh my God, it made the news. I saw it on the local NBC News. I'm like, the fuck? Because a couple of bitches lost a job. When black men don't have the opportunity to take care of their family, not even financial. I mean, she steal the kid, they go through the divorce, she get the house, the car, he back in his mama basement trying to start from scratch. They tell him he need to choose better or he need to fight for his family, fight for his kid. Who you fighting? Her, right? When things go bad with her, they get the whole Peter Don't kill the puppy music in the background. While she crying about, I can't find a job and I don't know how I'm going to take care of my 26-year-old daughter. Like, nigga, what? Women, gays, and felons, bro. Women, gays, and felons. But this whole show was supposed to be with Gorilla Pete. And Gorilla Pete done popped his hot ass in here for 13 seconds. That old fuzzy ass Brooklyn internet. Goddamn it. Fucking 3G ass internet. So we was gonna do an open panel. And the panel open, y'all want to have one, we can have one. But we was gonna rock with Pete, but Pete on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what to say, bro. On that note, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Love your brothers as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Tribe up.
Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause I swear she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir.